And then you have religion, right, which talks about God, right, but at the same time doesn't properly explain how God interacts with our material world. How does God operate within our world? How does it work? We've resorted to materials and methods that seems to lack that proper context, which is why they don't work, which is why they take huge effort and time. And the younger generation sees the older generation using all these old, tricks and dogmas and practices and all these different pujas that all this older generation is following, dogmatically worshiping, and they see very little outcome. They see all the outcome in science. They're leaving religion and spirituality by the droves.
The people who are following these practices for
Right.
years and years,
Yes.
who've lost kind of, the reason behind why these are supposed to be done. I'm sure back in the days, there must be some logic to it. Do you
Right.
think people who are doing these practices without understanding the logic are still benefiting from it?
No, I feel like a lot of it is either purely psychological, or if they are benefiting, it's probably very trivial, but it's coming from something else. It's not coming from the trick or the practice inherently.
What could it be coming from then?
I mean, I feel like some people have this inherent connection, right? This initial purity, or that they're at a certain level of evolution in their consciousness where, like, just there's a moment in life where that kind of like that pendulum swings from one side to the other. And so that shift in consciousness is what creates the outcome. And they misattribute it to the practices and the techniques.
Is that what you call the, the different phases that the brain goes through? The gamma phase, the gamma realm, or some theta realm, or something. What are those?
No. So, right, those are different waves or
Okay.
brain waves.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is before.
Okay.
Right. So brain waves, right? We could say those are produced by the brain, right? And I'm saying consciousness produces the brain. Right. So we're talking about the brain waves as if, that is something that creates, that's a misunderstanding that science has, that these brain waves, right, is ultimately what gives us this conscious experience, this awareness, and that is consciousness.
Oh.
And what we're saying is consciousness is something bigger than that. It's a divinely intelligent energy, right, that is coming before that.